Radiation. Most people fear it, but unlike other things we can't see, science understands radiation and uses it for many things to improve our lives. So what is radiation, and do we need to worry about it? Radiation is energy in motion. It can take many forms, and when it has enough energy to interact with matter, it's called ionizing radiation. Ionizing radiation is easily detected and measured and has many beneficial uses, from the production of clean electricity to treating disease. Most people associate radiation with artificial sources such as X-rays. But what they don't realize is the majority of radiation we receive comes from nature around us. Every day we are exposed to safe, low levels of radiation from the cosmic rays of the sun, naturally radioactive materials in the Earth's crust, even from potassium in our food. When radiation interacts with matter, it gives a dose. This dose is measured in millirems, and the human body is well equipped to deal with low doses. So what's our dose? Each year, the average person receives a radiation dose of 280 millirem. What's surprising is that 85% of this dose comes from natural sources, while only 15% of the same radiation dose comes from man-made forms. Some interesting sources of annual radiation dose include 10 millirem for a chest X-ray, 85 millirems from naturally radioactive granite used in buildings such as the US Capitol, 180 millirems for people working in industries with close contact to natural sources of radiation, such as mining, and an average annual dose of 300 millirems for flight crew members due to increased exposure to cosmic rays and particles. Levels of natural exposure also depend on where you live. For instance, residents of Kerala, India, are exposed to an extra dose of 3,000 millirem each year, due to the region's vast deposits of naturally radioactive thorium. But with all of these doses, don't people get sick? Don't worry, radiation sickness only occurs at very high levels, beyond 100,000 millirems, and even then is treatable. So what about living next to a nuclear energy plant? With today's added levels of safety and performance, people living within 80 kilometers of a Generation 3 Plus plant only receive an additional dose of 0.1 millirem per year. That's 3 times less radiation than living 80 kilometers near a coal plant. This is because nuclear energy plants are designed to confine and contain radiation. In fact, if you stood at the site boundary of a nuclear energy plant for a whole year without moving, you would receive less than a third of the radiation received on a flight from Paris to New York. So while radiation has provided movie directors with many great superheroes and villains, in reality, radiation is well understood and is something we all live with safely every day.